going to get a level 1 team fight? That's the question. CLG are kind of had a decent team fight every single time we've seen it. Pings are going like crazy on the map, and immediately we're going to see Ocelot in mid versus Annie. I'm intrigued how that one's going to work out. Ocelot's kind of, I'm not sure how he's going to be out of that little gap close, whether he's going to try and fire the slow out and get the flames going, or whether Salsa's just going to be able to keep him at range. Salsa has started this with a stun straight away, so I'm going to carry on through with it. I guess they're going to, are we going to see a double jungle invasion? At the moment, SK holding the ground on the bottom there.
That was a perfect clairvoyance.
Yeah, so they're going to go straight into it. So they're going to have a look around. So CLG are going to steal the red buff, I reckon. They did this on Frag Executors as well. They managed to steal pretty much the entire jungle against Nocturne as well. So it kind of, it will mess with Wet Dream's jungling.
Yeah, and actually in the game afterwards against Fnatic,
this is identical.
We saw FX actually go into the jungle that far as well, but I think they were a little bit too scared to actually go in there.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder if he realised it. I don't think there's been any clairvoyance yet to spot them, so but Warwick correctly going the path round. There's a ping gone down. They're thinking maybe of ganking him. No, they're going to go straight. They're just going to steal the jungle.
Good call. It's going to be Wraiths first as well, which obviously taken out super quickly with 5 guys around. Then moving over towards, I guess, are they going to go golems first? Obviously, the buffs come up that slight little bit later. No, they're going to stick in there. They are going to take that lizard buff away with them. And we'll see who's going to be taking that with them. And it will be St. Vicious. So they're going to move in there. We have Ocelot in the middle with Rumble right now. Wicked going up top. So it looks like that's how the setup is going to be. Wicked and Hotshot GG facing off at the top. Probably 2 of the most prominent streamers, I'd say, in League of Legends at the moment. Wet Dream's actually going really low here. The Ignite is on him. He's going to survive it, though, is he? No, he's not going to survive. Well, that was very close. First blood going to CLG, and it's Salsa who actually manages to pick that one up as well. And great, great play from the Americans.
Yeah, great play by Salsa as well. He was pretty much getting straight round there. He pretty much did most of the damage himself. Lee Sin came around just to help him towards the end there. So very nicely played. Immediately we've seen elements going down the bottom. Ash has obviously had that area on his own at the moment. I'm about to see whether he's going to get caught there. Meanwhile, at the top there, you can see Lee Sin moving into position towards Wicked. Wicked's just using his lifesteal, and it's going to be a case of both lifestealing each other. St. Vicious taking the damage, missing the Q there, so he's just going to back straight away. But I think we're going to see pretty much a standoff for quite a while at the top there. Really, it's going to be a case of how Salts and Ocelot get along. You can see Ocelot already taking a bit of damage. Salts starting to just work him down, I guess. And down the bottom, it's going to be very interesting to see how Candy Panda and Nif share up against Big Fat GG and Elements. These are the kind of fights we wanted to see at DreamHack. SK didn't make it. We saw game there, obviously, which is what the top bottom lane was all about.
What's going off on that bottom lane? Candy Panda 19 CS, Big Fat GG 7.
Yeah, but Big Fat GG teleported back when they were just running around the top there, so he missed quite a lot of the first level stuff. Meanwhile, at the top there, you can see that Nidalee has pushed quite heavily, and he's going to put a bit of damage down on the tower there. Wicked's having a little problem holding him back because, you know, it's just look at that. Knows the exact range that he can stand. Perfectly done there. Just steps away. Meanwhile, Wicked's just going to try and work away and try and do as much damage as he can. Ocelot in mid, meanwhile, is, well, he's not really losing out in the CS, but obviously with Salts getting that first kill, he's going to have that advantage.
Yep, and up at the top lane, we'll keep an eye on it, but I don't think we're going to be seeing too much action up there, apart from the usual kind of harassment going back and forth. Down at the bottom, Nif was just backing away there. Is warded for SK, so they saw Lee Sin moving through. St. Vicious, who, of course, with the red buff, which is actually SK's red buff. They stole it in those early stages, of course. There goes the clairvoyance down from both teams, and actually they've clairvoyance over, so they can see that lizard buff. They can see St. Vicious also doing those golems in the middle. Ocelot is going very low, and he has to actually flash his way out of there. And he is still low. He needs to be careful that Salsa doesn't actually jump in onto him. Okay, that flash was already used earlier on. So Salsa not got any flash. We've got about a quarter of its cooldown remaining. And Ocelot's going to have to hug that tower for a little while. Down at bottom, all of the players pretty much full HP. And the CS 33 to 18 in favor of Candy Panda.
Yeah, and just looking around at the moment to see if anyone's going to have any advantage over anything. You can see in the middle it's pretty much identical CS. Up top it's pretty much identical CS. So Wicked holding his own very well against Hotshot.
Oh, down at bottom, Candy Panda's taking a lot of damage. Is he going to go down? He flashes his way out. Heal comes out from Nif. And well, CLG close to picking up a second kill there, but Candy Panda managing to get out and, of course, getting that heal in the nick of time. Or the niff of time, as it may come to be known. But I mean, SK obviously, this lineup is new since just after DreamHack, and that was probably their most lucrative pickup, let's say. This duo that obviously came from Game Candy Panda, and if they played in the Season 1 Championships, and they were absolutely amazing, and they've continued to be that way in SK.
Yeah, we've just seen Souls hit 6, so I guess expect to see a Tibbers fairly soon on Ocelot. I'm going to keep my eye on Lee Sin at the top there. The Hotshot's also switched to line form. He's going to jump straight on him. Wicked surely going to go down here. Manages to flash. Oh, very nicely done from Lee Sin. They managed to track him in. They're going to easily take him on the tower. Ignite goes down. Hotshot's going to take a bit of damage here, but he's going to get away with it. So that is the second kill already. And wow, I was not expecting that, you know. He saw him coming. He was just stood square in the lane and they managed to just close the gap so easily on him. So you can see Souls building up the stun at the moment. I guess they're going to continue pushing. You can see Wet Dreams had to go up towards the top there. And remember, SK need to win this game. This is a lot of pressure on them early on here. Meanwhile, in mid, you can see Tibbers goes down and Souls managing to pick up the kill on the Ocelot there. So that is 3 for 0. And this top tower is in danger. Hotshot's just continuing to pound on it. Meanwhile, Lee Sin goes diving in, draws the attention. Wet Dream manages to trigger the fear, but it's not going to buy enough time. Let's have a quick look down the bottom. You can see that there's a lot of pings going on down there, but not really a lot happening. Looks like Candy Panda's going to dive in. Neither of them have ulti, so not going to be able to do a fat lot about it, Joe.
Yeah, certainly not. And we see Wicked now get himself back up into lane. Let's have the null magic mantle and also boots on top of the cloth armor that he picked up earlier on from the start. Across the board, what we have, Carlos the Protector already built for Souls there on Annie in mid. Obviously, Doran's blade and Doran's ring and boots as well. Down in this bomb area, still to look 62 versus 33, so not far of double the amount of CS for Candy Panda. You know, Vayne's one of those champions which later you get, the harder she becomes. So really. Big Fat GG probably needs to get some help down there to get some ganks on and get the kill advantage over Candy Panda. Yeah, definitely. He's one of those like Tryndamere style characters. You just don't want to let him get too fed because they can start doing some crazy bursts. At the moment, you can see Nidalee really seems to have good control of Wicked at the top there. He's trying to lifesteal his way back, but Hotshot is very experienced against the lane Wicked seems, and Wicked already down to low health, and he needs to be careful he doesn't get a spear in the face as he tries to lifesteal away. You can see he's just that was close. Trying to deal him damage, and you can see that tower already down to 500 health. The minions keep beating on it. Let's have a look down towards mid. You can see Ocelot now come back. He's got some Mercury treads on there. Meanwhile, Souls has got the Doran's Ring Catalyst and just the basic boots at the moment. Big Fat GG has not been back yet, and I don't think Vayne has either, so they're continuing to try and build up their CS. You can see it's 48 to 76. It really is a big difference, isn't it, down the bottom there? So Candy Panda proving that he is the man of AD. Yeah, and we're going to see I guess before 10 minutes, a BF sword coming out from Candy Panda, although the way things are going, maybe not needed it. There we go, Wicked down to around about a third of his HP. Obviously, lifesteal just keeping him decently healthy in there as well. Salt's actually zoning out. Ocelot completely in this middle area. Ocelot by the turret, he's got nothing to offer up, can't come in there. We did have Lee Sin around there as well. We have Nocturne lurking, but he's lurking right next to a ward, which is obviously not going to do him any favours. But look at this. CLG are starting to move their way in. Wet Dream just sat here in that bush. Let's see what CLG are going to throw at them. I'm not sure if SK have seen that. There wasn't a ward anywhere. Wet Dream's going to move in there. They're going to spot him. There is a stun upon Annie. This could be very dangerous. Oh, he flashes away. And out come the arrow. Oh, it was very, very close. Ridiculously close there to hitting Wicked. Ocelot's come up here as well, but he is behind that solid wall, so they're not going to be able to get in there too soon. Maybe they're going to dive. There are 3 of them. They could definitely go in for that, and that turret obviously did take so much punishment earlier on. Oh, look at Ocelot. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know there's a ward there. Oh, and he actually gets himself away there, but Lee Sin's going to go charging in. They get the exhaust onto him as well. Nice defensive flash away from Ocelot. That'll keep him alive. Down on the bottom, business as usual, although Big Fat GG pretty much out of mana now as well, so maybe we'll see him going back for his first pickup. He's up to 58 CS, but we're about to see Candy Panda hit 100.
I know, that's insane. He is so far ahead in that CS.
Here we go.
And Hotshot continues to keep farming up top, just keeps pushing that lane. Meanwhile, you can see that Ocelot coming down there. Needs to be careful. Salsa does have Tibbers ready and waiting. You can see him just building up the stun. Meanwhile, they're going to go back towards top there. The ward has gone down. Are they going to steal red? Yes, they have stole red. Saint Vicious going up there. Wicked's going to be the target. Only managed to ulti on Saint Vicious. Wasn't quite in tower range, though. So ulti wasted. Meanwhile, you can have a quick look towards mid. You can see Souls continuing to push on lane. Vayne been back. What's Vayne been aboard?
A whole
Nocturne going straight down towards mid. Souls is in all sorts of trouble. He managed to get Tibbers down. Don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one. The ulti comes down from Rumble. He's going to surely finish him off. He will do. And that is the first kill for Ocelot there. The first kill for SK. And wow, meanwhile, Wicked is just... He's having nightmares up in this top lane. I've never seen Wicked sort of manhandled so hard in a lane in my life.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the whole shopping thing there for Vayne, actually got a whole ton of stuff, Candy Panda, going back there. BF sword, boots, second Dawn's blade, pots, wards. Yeah, and that just shows how much of an advantage, because Ashe still only has that one Dawn's blade.
Yeah, so despite the top lane dominance that, let's have a look at CS-wise. I mean, they obviously lost that top tower. 72 to 65 is not really that bad. And Wicked's only died the once at the moment. They've only managed to gank him, but Hotshot just continues on that top lane. However, Candy Panda is definitely going to overrule that. Like you say, the fact that he's got a 30-odd CS more. Meanwhile, we do have a BF sword, a second Orange, and boots, so he's not that bad. Ocelot gone back, got himself a Hextech revolver. You can see Hotshot again continuing to harass in this top lane. It's a never-ending story. We tend to see this quite a lot these days in the top lane. It's the way it seems to work. Elements, the arrow going in, just whiffing past Candy Panda's face, and I think he's going to get away with that one. So Annie has also been back on board, and a blasting ward. But remember that gold advantage is still with CLG, despite the fact that SK got the goal, the dragon.
Candy Panda actually warding up there. We are going to see Lee Sin come in, but tumbling away there. Candy Panda to safety. Of course, Nif on top of the heels, as per usual, will keep him up at that full HP. There are no elements as they're stood right on top of that wall.